Alright, so let me talk to you real quick. Excuse my absence. I was injured, but I'm good now. Anyway, today's topic, bro, this has to be addressed. Yo, I almost said the wrong thing. But today's topic, we're talking about cheating. I despise people who just cheat, bro, because why would you do that? You're making everything harder for other people for your benefit. And I see the appeal. I see why you'd want to cheat. But don't do that, bro. Don't do that. I guess you can let it slide if it's like, oh, it's in private, or I guess the game is really buns. It was one of those slop games where it's like you can't play it or grind it normally. It's gonna take years. Blocks, fruits, you dirty. People will play and sometimes cheat in these like actually well-made games and lie about it. Like, why? No. On top of that, I'm gonna bring up the strongest battlegrounds because I see this a lot. But people will be flying around, farming their ult accounts for kills. I don't see the appeal. Why would you do that? If you do that, please enlighten me on why. Because cosmetics, I guess it's a faster way to get them. I get that cosmetics are usually locked behind some sort of kill count barrier. But I feel like you should still play the game, get better at it, get your kills up normally. Now, I stopped playing TSB because at one point, there was like an abundant amount of people that were just exploiting, flying around, move spamming, running. And I'm not the greatest at the game, so you can't just throw me in there with an exploiter and expect me to win. I'm not Flores. Definitely not. Exploiting and cheating in games that shouldn't really require it. I don't know how to explain what I'm about to say, but there are two types of games on Roblox. Like games where the grind is unimaginably long or not fun, so it comes off like you're playing a slop game, right? It could have high VFX, decent or well-made animations, but if the grind is unbearable or it becomes a little too repetitive, people will start to turn to exploiting. So I feel like as a community on Roblox, we have to figure out a medium where we can make the grind bearable. We could have all these high quality animations and VFX, but also stay consistent, bring new things. And I feel like this completely, I'm not going to even say completely unrelated, but GPO was one of those games where it had so much potential. And then during its period where the updates were taking longer, quality of updates were kind of buns, or they weren't as interesting. And then different events were being popped out that were different. I mean, don't get me wrong. They were, how do I put it? Creative. They were definitely creative, but it felt more like a chore for them to do that. That makes sense. Games, I love games, but cheating genuinely just makes it harder to enjoy. The second time a game, bro, I'm gonna have to let you know right now. The second type of game that I'm referring to are the games that can be grinded. You could exploit, but there's really no point because the game, I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but it's not that hard to grind. GPO is, I'm gonna say, in the middle, because I personally grinded it legit. Plus, you can't really exploit without getting banned. I'm gonna keep it in the middle though, because the grind is long, it is treacherous, but you could do it. You could definitely do it. And hey, I enjoyed my time playing GPO at its prime, but why did it take them so long to add Gum Gum? At first it was my favorite fruit, then it was Goro, now they're like sharing the same spot. But why? I'm not even gonna question it, bro, but we're moving on. Cheating. This is no longer about games, so we're gonna transition a bit.
Hey, fuck you!
This is more so about real life. I'm gonna start off with like tests. If you're cheating on a test, I'ma let it slide. Like if I was the teacher and I see you, I'ma tell you about it. Don't do that. No, don't do that. But like, shit. Nah, but like on like an actual note, if you're cheating on a test and I'm a teacher and I see you, I'm gonna pull you over about it and I'll make you redo the test. Because one thing we're not going to do in this classroom, no, is cheat. Because I want to make sure you understand the material, and I get that you can't, or I'm not going to say you can't. It's going to take a while for you to actually learn it, or you missed out on them, whatever the case may be. But as of right now, cheating has become so normalized, it's kind of hard to tell who does actual work. That's what I have to say. But other than that, I'm gonna let you know right now, cheating when it comes to like maybe a diet or a goal that you're trying to get to, if it benefits you and it's not harming nobody, I'm gonna say go for it completely. Like I indulge, I support you. And that's what I'll say. I support you. But if it's something that actually like harms others, especially people who've done the work legit or are working really hard, I don't see why you should do that. I don't. I personally don't. Don't do that. You're putting yourself up more at the cost of people who've actually like put time into things. Don't do that. Things are better that way. Trust. Stay consistent. Now this is really like personal to me. But cheating when it comes to relationships, don't do that. Please don't do that. Especially if you know that you have a roster you can't get rid of or don't want to get rid of. Don't do that. Some people are snakes. Both male, female, they, them, burger and fries. Like, I want you to make sure that if you're stepping into a relationship, you're open for them and for them only. Because what's the point of stepping out of your box, opening up into a relationship just to cheat? If you have complications, talk it out. And if you can't talk it out or work it out in any way, shape, or form, leave. Then, if you find someone else that you like, you can go get with them. But don't sit in a relationship and lie. Lies get you caught. Lies get you hurt. Lies get you to suffer in many different ways. Some people cheat on accident and then go tell their partners and they work it out. Look at Terry Crews and what happened with him. He cheated and made things right. And now, even to this day, he's with his wife. Some of you need to take notes. And because of this, hey, let's take a look at what he had to say about this situation.
It's time to roll the clip. For two. You know how wonderful, I'm telling you all the stuff, the great stuff she did, the whole thing. That still wasn't enough for me to be faithful. And I had to turn.
When you was at your lowest, she was there.
You see? And I went, man. And I had to go, because I was going to turn, it was going to be this whole hardening of my heart. Well, I'm finally realizing, well, you know, it was you. Because you got to understand, when you're in that mindset, it's like, it's always somebody else. It's always somebody else's problem. Hey, not me, I'm good.
Right.
And I'll never forget, I felt like we was going to break up. We had just celebrated our 20th anniversary. We're on 34 now.
Wow.
But I said, I don't think we're going to make it. But the thing is, there were things I never told her. You know, there were secrets that I was holding. stuff that I done that I never said nothing about.
That she didn't know
That
about.
she didn't know, but she suspected. You know, they know.
Yeah.
She's like, And finally, she said, this is the thing, man. This is what got me. She got me. She said, what is it I don't know about you, Terry Crews? And I, you know, sometimes you pop a spring. And she could have said that any other day and it wouldn't have done it. And it went, bang. And it said, tell her. Because if you don't tell her, it's almost like God told me, he said, I'll never be with you again if you don't say that.
Did you feel like if you didn't tell her at that moment, and
never.
she'd have found out everything on her own, it'd have been a whole different ball game?
Whole different ball game. Oh, easy. Well, that's the thing, man. Look, it's, hi, how does it work in the court? First of all, you turn yourself in. If you admit guilt, you get the leniency of the court. But if they catch you,
right?
If you talk about
you take it to trial, you got to get the full, you got to get the hardship sentence.
Oh, bam! That gavel come down hard. And I said, "This is what happened."
Tell the truth. Be cautious. It's okay to make mistakes, but don't repeat them. At least not on purpose, of course. And be honest. You have to be honest. Communication is key. Your faithfulness comes from resolve. It comes from a place of care, well-being, and overall just morality sometimes. Terry Crews, I admire him because he's open about his mistakes. He's an open book. He admitted to having secrets, and this is public. He let everyone know that he cheated. He let everyone know that not only did he regret it, but he took steps to, let her know. Like, it was that inner turmoil that he of course didn't want to hold on to. Like, secrets, baggage, all of that. It was weighing on him. And he knew that it was wrong. So he let her know. In that moment, when she asked, what doesn't she know? He straight up just told her everything. And I admire that. All in all, cheating, no matter what the context, bad. But, in my personal opinion, it's not harming anyone, or it's not going to affect both parties negatively. I guess it's okay. You still got to learn how to do these things yourself. You still got to take steps to better yourself. But every once in a while, I guess it couldn't hurt. And stay committed in relationships. Don't break up over something stupid. Unless, well, I might have to change that last bit. I'm going to reword what I'm saying. If you cheat in a relationship, be open and honest about it. And if you, and this is just a hypothetical, but if you guys do break up, try to leave things off on better terms. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Why else would you cheat? Some people cheat to get back at other people. I don't see the appeal. Why do that when you could just leave? If it hurts you that much that you have to go out your way to cheat again, or to cheat for your first time in a relationship to get back at dude, just leave, bro. Just leave. This video is a little different. I'd like to talk to you guys for the remainder of this about my submission to the Monsters We Make OC thing for the art. On my Instagram, on my art Instagram that I'm gonna put up on the screen in a second, I posted my submission, and I just want you guys to let me know how you feel about it. I'll throw up like a random couple images from it on the screen. Let me know how you feel. Alright. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.